there are certain authors I don't read the back of the book. I just get it because I know what they're going to give me is all that and then some. Ibi Zoboi'S is one of those authors. My first book I read from her that she wrote was I want to say Pride, which is currently right now being adapted. I don't know if into a movie or a series on HBO. And American Street just took me out of the water. Just took me. I'm like, I know I did a book talk on American Street somewhere online somewhere. Go to my YouTube page, you'll see it. So Nigeria Jones, when I saw it, the cover is super dope. You see it, it is super dope. And Jen Brooks, who, if I'm not mistaken, she's an author too, but she talks a lot about other people's books and literacy. And she was like, yo, this is the blackest black book I've ever read in my life. Fiction of that. So I said, okay. So I finally got it. And y'all. So imagine your father. For those of you who are familiar with Malcolm X's story, Malcolm X went through a huge transformation from the time he went to prison, from the time he got out of prison, to the time that, I don't know if that was a couple of weeks before his assassination. Like, he went over to the motherland. He went over to Mecca because he felt like, because when they silenced him and told him he couldn't speak anymore, he felt the need to go over and learn where Islam came from. So it gave him a whole new perspective. But the Malcolm X before that, totally different man. Like how he felt about white people. Like I remember some people getting on him because of the comment he made about former President John F. Kennedy when he was assassinated. It came off very nonchalant, and that was bothered by the country. So imagine that being your father, to the point when Nigeria's brother was born, dad was adamant the baby must be delivered by a black midwife, and they couldn't find the black midwife they needed. So he was going to have her deliver the house with people who weren't midwives. And the mom was like, no, I have someone I know. It was a white woman who's going to deliver this baby. And he was adamant he did not want that to happen because my king, my son, wait, they didn't know it was a boy. He will not, the first face he sees needs to be a white woman. Like that's how serious he was. To the point they were homeschooled because he believed that American education is indoctrination. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not. To a certain degree it is. To the point where they have what is called a village home, where if you don't have a place to stay, you will live here. You don't have to pay rent, but you barter, which means you have to help sell my books. So the book starts out with Nigeria Jones at her brother's first birthday party, which happens to be on 4th of July. And what bothered me about this birthday party, they don't say birthday party, they call it a celebration or a grateful ceremony. I forgot exactly what they called it. But Nigeria knew her dad, even though she didn't want to believe that he was going to do that. But instead of it being a celebration of the son's life, it was a meeting where he would have a speech and he would sell books. But she was really hoping her mom would be there. The thing I'm trying to piece together, and I think I missed it, and it makes me want to go back and reread, is when exactly the mom left. Because Freedom, that's the son's name. Freedom is 1. And she was there when Freedom was born. So I'm trying to figure out when exactly did mom leave, and she has not been back. Now, what Nigeria finds out, that over time, Nigeria's mom is over everything. She feels like her husband is too militant. He's too radical with his ideas. Even to the point she disagrees eventually about Nigeria learning how to shoot a rifle at the age of 13 and going to the fire range as a way of training. Trying to think what else that's very important without giving away the story. But behind the scenes, what Nigeria finds out, I want to say at the birthday party, she gets an envelope from the lady who delivered Freedom, is a good friend of Nigeria's mom. She's white. Her daughter is biracial. They fall out because pretty much the dad believes all white people are evil. They are the devil. We don't need to befriend them. We don't need to have anything to do with them. We need to do our own thing, build our own systems, and let them be the dust that they are. So Nigeria's mom does not agree with that. And they figure out early that Nigeria is a prodigy. She's very smart. And Nigeria actually envies her cousin, who is now in public school. He hasn't been all his life. And actually the sister, Nigeria's aunt, who was the sister of the dad, they actually fell out when he found out that he was going to this school. The cousin, who's like a brother, is going to this school. Come to find out, Nigeria has tested many times entrance exams and has surpassed their expectations to the point these schools reach back out to Nigeria's family asking her to attend their schools. But the dad only has her take the test as a showpiece. Like, I'm teaching my daughter better than what y'all doing in the school system. So as a result, we don't need your schools. Y'all need more of us than we need y'all. But Nigeria has a longing with her to go to this school. And then she finds out through letters and paperwork that eventually gets funneled to her through, I can't think of the girl's name, but Sage is the daughter, her mom. Her mom got her into the school. Nigeria's mom has gotten her into the school. The school was founded by Quakers. They're supposedly a progressive school. It is predominantly white. And they're willing to offer her a scholarship. You don't have to pay for anything. You just got to sign up. But the issue is Nigeria's mom is gone. She lives with her father. How is she going to attend the school? And that's I don't think I'm that far into the book. I might be 2 or 3 hours into the book, and the book is 9 hours long on the audiobook. So, and the dad is like, unless you go in there to be a secret spy for us and to collect research for my new book, this ain't happening. So it's like, if she wants to go, and she said she's tired of, she feels like the freedom has taken over her dad's life. He goes on lives. He's always in somebody's chat room or chatting or responding to people's comments online. They feel and first it was the mom, and now she feels like the dad is too consumed with it. Nevertheless, she finds herself mimicking things that her father says. Like when she finally decides to go visit the school, she lies and goes to visit the school. She's in the auditorium. She's right next to this white guy. And his leg is right up against her. And she asked him to scoot over. Well, he couldn't scoot over. He admits later on because someone next to him wouldn't scoot over. But that bothered her so bad that her leg was touching a white man's leg that she had to get up and breathe. So it's like she said, what is, I don't understand this. And she just automatically thinks, the white boy is trying to befriend her. He obviously likes her because he inboxed her, I think, on social media. No, he texts her. Because the cousin gave him the number. And I think she likes him, but she doesn't want to like him. But then you also have Chris. I forgot to tell you about Chris. Chris is, because the father is known for when he see guys who are troubled in gangs and whatever, and they want to have a better life, and parents are done with them. Dad is known for, Kofi is known for taking people into his house. That's why they have 3 floors and everybody's in the room. And she's over there too. She thinks Chris is fine too. But Chris is definitely morphing into her father to the point he's reading his books. Because he said, you don't have to pay any rent now, but just read my books and we'll go from there. And then even to the point now, I'm going to see where she noticed that Chris is now wearing wire brim glasses. She said, when did you start wearing glasses? So she thinks he's cute. Nevertheless, Chris has had a hard life. He's very angry, but he's changing. But the change that he's making resembles her dad, and she's not sure she wants that. But y'all, yeah, it's good.